Hello, Shiva.
Hello, and welcome to the Rummaging Ferret.
Hi guys. So I am currently editing a video for my Etsy shop for the Blue Boyzoi dog stained glass print. So this will be added to my shop. It's a digital painting that I did and then uploaded them. I edited the photos. So I took some of them outside among one of the bushes that I have. Currently, I'm working on the video portion of it, which YouTube, or not YouTube, Etsy lets you upload about a 10-second product video. I had done about a 16-second clip, and I'm shortening it down to about 10 seconds. You can speed things up in order to have them fit the time limit, or you can shrink them down or crop the beginning or the ending off a little bit to help cut down on time. They're voiceless, so you don't have to listen to anybody talking or anything like that. It also makes it really fast and easy file to upload. I need to shave, I think it's like 12 seconds right now. I don't know, you can't see that. Nope. I'm working on that right now so I can get this up in the store. Let's do preview. And this will look like what it'll be like when it's done, but I need to upload the video, and the video will usually go first. So that's the outdoor shot. And because I created it digitally, I've got my pen tablet there. A closer view of the outdoor photo. Closer view so you can see the print quality, how it gets packaged. Another close-up. This tells you the size of the paper. Now this one, I have 2 sets of paper that I can do. This one is, what is it, 5x7. The other one is a standard sheet of paper, which is 11.5 by, what is it, 8.5 by 11? There we go, 8.5 by 11. I know things. Standard sheet of paper. I got pictures of the paper and what brands that I use, so that way people know. And it also, so you can see the size, I've got a ruler included in them. I've got glossy and matte, and they're high quality papers. And we're back to the front. So that's what I'm working today. It's been kind of a dreary day, and yes, I still have my Happy Halloween decorations up. I need to take care of that, but I've got bigger fish to fry right now. Hi guys. So, I got some awesome news. Currently in February right now, like mid-February. So, work just told me that they're making me full-time. Like, I start full-time tomorrow. I talked to my manager earlier today because I worked the night shift, and I'm like, hey, my schedule's up, like, not up for next week, you know, it's 0 hours, you know. I know you were talking about putting me on for inventory and stuff, so what are you doing? You know, it's not visible, right? I can't see it online, so what's the deal? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it, I'll put it up later today. So he does, and I check my hours, and I got 40 hours, which is not uncommon. You know, I'll get, like, he's been scheduling me sporadically for 40 hours for, like, the last month or two, and I've been getting, like, 37 hours and that sort of thing. So, you know, it's been good. And, like, I come into work today, and I haven't seen my manager. I know he's working in the meat department next door, so I'm working seafood and closing seafood down for the night. All of a sudden, the store assistant manager comes over to me and goes, Laura, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, I have customers, like, it's Friday, I'm a little busy. I'm like, can you just let me take care of my customer real quick, and then I'll try to squeeze you in? And he goes, yeah, sure. And I'm like, okay. And so I do that, and, you know, he brings me into the back hallway, because I've, you know, I gotta keep an eye on the case, because I've got customers coming up pretty often, because it's like 5 o'clock and everybody's getting off of work. And where I don't have, like, a slew of customers yet, it's building, right? So then he tells me that I got, like, full-time, and I'm so ecstatic, and I'm like my... I've worked for this company since 2008, and before anybody panics and goes, oh, it's a terrible company, you should have been full-time before that. I was in school, I didn't want full-time. It's been offered to me before to be a seafood specialist, which is a full-time position, and I couldn't take it at the time because I was doing architecture, and I thought that's where I was meant to be forever, and, like, I would like to go back to that eventually, but, like, I've got things preventing me from doing that right now. So, you know, it's been almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years, I think, like, March or May will be 2 years that I've been at my grandmother's house. I really want, like, stability, because I don't, like, 2 Thanksgivings ago, I was getting 30 plus hours every week, which was awesome, and then all of a sudden, like, Thanksgiving weekend, I had, like, 15. Like, you know, and it's that not knowing when you're going to get hours and when you're not, and am I going to have to work call-out shifts? Am I going to have to, all this stuff that's really randomized that you don't necessarily know if you're going to be able to handle or not in order to get those hours, Let's say you have something to do and then, you're not getting full-time hours. You're stuck at 32 or something. And, you can't plan anything in your life because you have to revolve around if somebody calls out to be able to come in to pick up more hours just so you can get more hours and more money, So it's like, if you have an event to go to and your boss calls you, you can either lose the hours that they're handing to you because they need you, or you can not go to this event and go do your job. And it sucks to be like that. And it dawned on me probably only a couple hours ago. I was talking to my friend Teresa, text message while I was closing down seafood to let her know, because I'd been so busy all night I haven't been able to tell her, And so I sent her a text message, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be able to take vacation and not have to pay for it. Like, they pay me for vacation, right? Like, that's a thing that happens. It used to be, if I wanted a vacation, not only would I have to pay for the vacation that I took, like, for wherever I was going or whatever I was doing, I'd have to pay for that. But then I'd also have to make sure that I had enough money in the bank to cover me not being at work that week, to cover my bills. So, to be able to just take off, you could just go do whatever and still, like, it's paid time off. I've never had paid time off. Ever. Like, it's not a new concept, but, like, it's a new reality. So, I don't know. That's gonna be so nice. I don't have to worry anymore about what my hours are gonna be. Or, like, if I made someone mad. I don't know. Because that's happened to people before. Not necessarily me, but, like, I've known people that you do something, they're gonna shut your hours down, So, yeah, like, I mean, I haven't had a personal problem with that, because I'm a fairly nice person, I think. I think I get along with most people, even if I dislike you, I try not to be mean, even if I don't like you. So, I don't know. But yeah. Stability. It's nice. So, I was bringing my groceries into the house, and I locked myself out. But I know myself well enough that I left my spare key with somebody else in town. So, but this is my town. I mean, I'm heading back out to the outskirts, but since I left my keys in the house, I'm having to walk. Georgia's pretty. A little hilly, at least in the southern part. Hi. Hello. Is your litter box not where you want it? Hello. How are you? Just chilling. Just chilling. Oh. I love you. Oh, nope, rejected. Hi. What are you doing? What? I tried to pet you and you ran away. What you ran away for? Oh, scritchy scritch. Want some scritches? Nope, okay. Oh, and I got another order today. I mean, I've been getting orders fairly regularly now. Not a lot, okay? I'm getting like maybe one every couple of weeks, but it's still an order. Like, I've had my business open for a full year now, right? So my anniversary was in October, on Halloween, so I can remember it, right? So, and it's like my favorite holiday. I love seeing everybody dressed up. It's great. Almost a full year up until I actually had my first order on Etsy. My best friend and my mom, separately, like, I've been handing out, free stuff to, like, friends and family, people, like, close to me. Because I don't necessarily want them to buy my stuff, but, like, I do need them to buy my stuff at the same time. That's how you get it dawned on me that this is how you get your first sales, right? At the time, I never really thought about that. Like, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, well, if you have some sales from people close to you, it might boost your algorithm or whatever. And I never really thought about it, because it's like, well, they're my best friend. Why would I want you to pay for stuff, when I can just give it to you? I've given Teresa free art for years. And Mom, of course, Mom always gets my art, like, for free, right? It was probably in November of last year. This is in the middle of the pandemic. I mean, we're talking, I opened my shop right before the pandemic hit by, like, a handful, not even 5 months. I mean, October, November, December, so that's 3, and then January, February. I had no sales, and I hardly had any items up in my shop, and I was constantly trying to get items up there, and just, I didn't know what I was doing. I had to learn everything, and it took a really long time to get anything sorted out. And my mom's like, I have a handful of things I want to buy. And I'm like, okay, well, put it on Etsy. And so she just kind of, out of the blue, just kind of purchased them from me. I don't even think she told me about it first. I think she told me after she put the order in to make sure that I knew that there was an order sitting in there. Because I hadn't had an order in almost a year. I mean, this was almost a full year from when I opened up my shop. It was coming up on my 1-year anniversary, and, Mom just up and bought stuff. And so did Teresa. So Tara just went in and bought stuff. And I remember it had to have been November, because I just put out my Halloween cards. So I had 2 different Halloween cards, and they both bought the same one. So I had 2 different Halloween cards available, and they both purchased the Crow one, right? And so I shipped those out to them. That was my first 2 orders. And then a while after that, I don't even think it was a full month. It might have been. I want to say it was a little bit less than a month. Shortly after they received the packages and they put reviews up, I got another order in, right? And then getting closer to Christmas, I got several more orders. I got another order a couple weeks ago. Maybe, I think it's three weeks ago. I checked in with her, make sure she got it, because my tracking never said that she received it. And she's like, oh no, I got it, and I gave the sticker to a friend, and I'm like, oh, okay, so good. Like, I was starting to worry because I hadn't seen the tracking moved, and I knew we were still in, like, package congestion nightmare from Christmas, right? The post office is still a mess. It seems like they're getting sorted out a little bit better now, but it's still taking a little bit longer for packages to get places. But I just got another order tonight. So that was like, what, two or 3 weeks? So it's almost like every other week I'm getting an order after a year of being on Etsy. So now, where most people would be like, oh god, that's terrible. Like, it takes time to get a business up and running. And I just got 20 products up online the end part of January. The goal was to get 20 products by the end of the year. Mom's been in the hospital for 4 months. Okay, just got out. I had COVID. Like, the end of my year and the beginning of 2021 was shot. Like, so I didn't meet my deadline. My new D&D map, Crystal Cavern map, just went up the end of January. So I just hit 20 products at the end of January instead of the beginning of January, instead of like the end of 2020. That was my 2020 goal, was to get 20 products up by 2020. I was so close! Like, so close! Like, I had put up my Blue Dog print for, well, it's not really a print. It is now. I just put the print up in the store. But I had made it into a wallpaper for your phone and had put that in the shop mid-December. So I was at 19 products mid-December. If I could just put one out before the end of December, I would have hit my goal, and I missed it because I ended up coming down the first week of January with COVID, and we were still doing things with Mom, plus I had call-outs, plus work was busy, and just, like, there was too much going on, and I couldn't get it all done. And those D&D maps do take time to make. I have to do pencil, watercolor, and then for that one in particular, because I'm drawing crystals, I wanted to put white highlights in there, and none of my white paints work. Like, none of my gel pens worked, my white gel pens, none of my paint pens were doing good, none of my I used white acrylic, and it was so chunky. And, like, so that didn't work out, and, oh, gosh, it was a nightmare. So I had to scan it in and digitally do it. And I got that done. But I didn't go up to the end of January. And once I had finished it, I'm like, gosh, it looks a little bland. It needs a little bit of texture on the ground. So between work and trying to do that, it took me a little while, and it didn't go up till the end of January. It was supposed to go up at least, like, maybe, like, mid-January, or, like, the first couple weeks of January, and it just didn't. So, here we are. And now I'm trying to play catch-up, because I want to hit 50 products by the end of this year, right? And it's only February. So if I've got 50 products and only 12 months to make those, right, I have to average at least 2 to 3 products a week, right? So I'm a little behind right now because I was supposed to do 2 products after I'd already hit the 20 mark for January, and then supposed to do another 2 or 3 products for February. I've only put out 1 product, and I'm midway through February. So I've got a lot to do. But something I've discovered is that if I take one piece of art and I make it into multiple things, like what I did with the wallpaper for the phone, the Blue Dog, with a stained glass background. It's a borzoi with its ears up. Take that and make that into multiple things. So I made it into a phone wallpaper background, and I've also made it into a print that I just put up this week. 3 days ago, something like that. Anyways, so if I can take the same illustration and put it in multiple versions, and put it on different products, like if I do an illustration for a sticker sheet, but then I also make like a planner page out of it, I could get 2 products out of that one illustration, and that's going to help me make more money and save time. And it's a set and it can go together. It makes sense, right? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed me and my ferrets, it's free to subscribe, and remember, there's magic in art.